Subnautica is shameless in its pursuit to show off its beauty. From the beginning, on your very first exit from the drop pod, you're met with a stunning explosion of color, fish swimming in all directions, coral sturdy as can be, and various cavernous structures dot the ocean. You crash land on planet 4546b, a planet that is completely covered in water. Some say that your crash was a disaster. Well, I beg to differ. In this video, I'd love to share with you why Subnautica is beautiful. From the flora that exists in every nook and cranny, the tiniest sea creature, all the way up to the largest Leviathan. Biomes with a great atmosphere, ambiance, and music that fully immerse you without you even noticing. Subnautica is a horror game through and through, but hiding behind all that terror is true beauty. There are about 18 biomes in Subnautica, and most of them have their own unique flora and fauna. The flora really help add color to planet 4546b. There are some key biomes that take the cake though. The mushroom forest has these large mushroom trees growing out of the bottom of the ocean floor. A large band of grue clusters wrap around many of the mushroom trees, with a bright light blue glow helping all sorts of creatures traverse this giant forest at night. A pleasurable sight for sore eyes. Bright green trees spawn attached to the mushrooms, as well as tree leeches which drill a hole into the tree and suck out the nutrients directly. Fields of grass spread out across all of the mushroom forest. There are also these small floaters attached to some of the mushroom trees. A potential parasite maybe. As you descend into the forest, glance up and tell me what you see. Looking up, you see all of these beautiful orange gills of varying shapes everywhere you turn. It's pretty and the most visually stimulating aspect of this biome. Swimming through this part of the map is a serene experience. If you listen closely, you can hear a high-pitched screech similar to a dolphin. Those are the jelly rays that make the mushroom forest their home. But there is another shroom on planet 4546b that is more vibrant in color, more eye-catching, and far more memorable. As you descend into the Jellyshroom Cave, you see a blue mushroom glow, and as soon as you fully immerse yourself in it, the color changes to purple. Elegant translucent purple jelly shrooms span as far as the eye can see in the Jellyshroom Caves. Many of the jelly shrooms seem to be growing on top of these sturdy coral sheets that are everywhere in the cave system. Large and girthy stalks allow for plenty of space for the crab snakes that inhabit this area to make the jelly shrooms their home. Inside the jelly shroom, you will most likely find a crab snake egg and deep purple walls on all sides. If given the opportunity to do so, just watching the jelly shroom sway back and forth is mesmerizing. That purple translucent light shining on the surrounding area is utterly magnificent. They even have tiny little baby jelly shrooms. There are other flora in this cave system as well. Violet bew, cave bush, furled papyrus, regress shell, redwort, and the exceptionally evil drooping stinger. Violet bews are used to light up areas untouched by the jelly shroom, a welcome reprieve for creatures in between homes. Redwort and regress shell commingle together in the higher tiers of the cave system, where little to no jelly shrooms grow. The redwort reminds me of a red velvet piece of clothing, and I would imagine they feel the exact same way when you touch them. This might be something you don't know about the Jellyshroom Caves. If you traverse into this lava vent, you will see some rogue cradle, an intense looking yellow plant with a strange cage around it, presumably to protect it from herbivores. The Jellyshroom Caves are deep down, but our next biome is much deeper. A place filled with alien-like flora, alien-like fauna, and some of the most visually stunning scenery out of all biomes. That is the Grand Reef. Once you unlock depth modules to go deep into the ocean, you'll eventually arrive at the Grand Reef and the Deep Grand Reef respectively. Casually swimming around this part of the crater is dangerous, as there is various fauna willing and able to kill you if you happen upon them. But exploring while inside of a prawn suit allows you some calm so that you can appreciate the splendor of this biome. The primary flora that exists inside of the Grand Reef are the anchor pods and membrane trees. Membrane trees are a mixture of fauna and coral species living in symbiosis. Seemingly grown out of the coral surface, green, jagged corals make up the base of this tree, with teal, deep blue corals filling in the rest of the space. Pink microfauna and blue corals are encased in a bulbous, transparent membrane on a thick coral stub. It emits a bright blue and pink bioluminescent glow. Membrane trees are one of the most unique-looking plants in this game. Surrounded by various blue, orange, gray, and white corals on the ocean floor, as well as grass spread out around the membrane tree. Having their own microclimate around them as well as inside them, I was in awe the first time I traveled down into the Grand Reef. Blue hues dominate the anchor pods, with jade green patterns adding to their lure. The anchor pods are a staple of the Grand Reef, providing a sense of tranquility and safety for you as you journey throughout it, which contrasts terrifyingly well with the ever-present danger that lurks within. Practically speaking, due to these pods being so plentiful, you can use them as cover when one of the two ghost leviathans are close by. How would it feel to touch an anchor pod? Well, it would feel squishy until you encounter the branch-like appendages that root them into the ocean floor. Anchor pods also have a bright cyan green bioluminescent glow. This color combination fills you with a sense of harmony as you traverse the Grand Reef. Although the reasoning as to why they are bioluminescent is unknown, on Earth the bioluminescent creatures become more common below 200 meters, since that is the layer where sunlight refuses to penetrate. Did you notice something about the anchor pods? They are varying in size. The reason for this, as well as the reason for them being so plentiful, is that the anchor pods release their spores once a sufficient height is reached. Once they reach their goal height, they burst, causing their spores to get caught in the current and disperse around the Grand Reef. This behavior is quite similar to the puffball mushrooms on Earth. With slight tugging hither and fro, the old anchor pod shines its bright cyan green glow in the surrounding environment with glee. As its final days are coming to an end, one last gift given to the Grand Reef. Moving along into the deep Grand Reef, we are missing the membrane trees, instead being replaced by hydrothermal vents, jelly rays, and this multicolored grass lining the floor and walls. It's a shame that this grass doesn't have a name because it provides a lot of color to this biome. Virtually everywhere you turn, there'll be patches of it, giving a nice light blue / pink hue to your surroundings. The deep Grand Reef is fairly dangerous as well, with crab squids and warpers messing with you if you get too close. The amount of crab squids makes building a base here annoying as they can constantly disable all electrical devices. This brings us to the final biome I would like to discuss, and the final biome in the game, the inactive lava zone. We finally made it to the creme de la creme, the inactive lava zone. You can split this area into two parts, the lava lakes and the lava falls. This biome is one of the most terrifying and yet intriguing zones in Subnautica, and unfortunately you don't get to explore it much because the constant anxiety and pressure that the sea Dragon Leviathan imparts on you doesn't give you any space to explore. Lava is hypnotizing to look at. That deep orange and red glow makes up the lifeblood of planet 4546b. The large powerful volcano pillars stretching far up out of you makes you seem so insignificant. Even this far down, you'll still see life trying to scrounge up any kind of nutrients for itself. Crimson rays swim aimlessly around the inactive lava zone, existing just to be consumed like food for the various predators down here. They possess thick skin, with the top side being predominantly dark red with some lighter patches. Its underside being a beautiful pale yellow, and like many flora and fauna on this planet, the crimson ray has rows of gills that emit a yellow bioluminescent glow. Burnt grass is in small patches throughout the surface of the inactive lava zone. Deep shrooms also make this area their home. If knifed, the deep shroom will trigger an acidic release as a defense mechanism. Eventually, you'll stumble upon the lava castle, a powerful giant castle made of multiple hydrothermal vents and obsidian pillars. There are many small lava lakes dotted around too, with interesting looking obsidian pillars, and some have giant molten rocks that if you have a propulsion cannon, you can grab and shoot. While staring into these lakes, you can see the constant bubbling of lava coming up from the core of the planet. The average temperature of this biome is 51 degrees Celsius. There are numerous rock structures with intricate designs that most of us missed on our first playthrough. Old white and dirty skeletal remains of Reaper Leviathans are scattered around the inactive lava zone as well. The lava lake, a mesmerizing spectacle and your final frontier before encountering the enigmatic Sea Emperor Leviathan. It radiates an otherworldly beauty amidst its treacherous warmth of 70 degrees Celsius. This scorching sanctuary, patrolled by the formidable Sea Dragon Leviathan, glows with a captivating bright orange hue, illuminating the depths with its ethereal glow. Lava cascades gracefully into the lake from above, resembling a fiery waterfall, while steam and magma gently ooze from the landscape's crevices, painting a scene of dynamic natural artistry. Amidst this inferno, a surprising array of fauna thrives, from the elegant crimson rays to the industrious lava lizards, adding life to the searing tranquility. The juxtaposition of danger and delicate beauty is titillating, presenting a sublime tableau that challenges the senses and invigorates the spirit. Have any of you dared to make the lava lake your home? The thought of waking to such a stunningly fierce panorama is enticing. With careful planning, one can bask in the awe-inspiring vista of an ever-changing lava lake, finding serenity in the heart of nature's fiery furnace. A large bubble of water appears out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, a creature swims out of it. They look mean, really mean. Containing 2 claw appendages in front of them, 6 tentacles flow behind them as they swim. While looking at this creature, you can see what looks like a rib cage, veins, and a heart inside of a translucent body. It seems like these creatures randomly teleport in and out of existence. Something is wrong. These creatures are nothing like the rest of the fauna on planet 4546b. Nothing even looks close to them. They only attack creatures with this weird green bacteria on them. The warpers are outsiders to this planet, much like you are. They are biomechanical life forms that were created by the precursor race to eliminate all traces of the Kara bacterium. They failed. That's where the comparison stops though, because we do end up curing the Kara by releasing the Sea Leviathan babies into the crater near the end of the game. The longer the player is infected by the Kara, the more aggressive the warpers become towards us. The first experience of them will most likely be when you arrive at the quarantine enforcement platform. The robotic beeps and boops, the vrooms. From their constant teleports, these sounds put us on edge, unaware of what is lurking in the deep blue depths below, until eventually we see them, a strange purple alien creature swimming towards us and swiping at our ship, causing us to flee in fear. After the precursor's death, the warpers still carry out their tasks like mindless drones following an express list of instructions. Once a Kara bacterium is cured throughout all of planet 4546b, what will the warpers do then? Will they aimlessly wander planet 4546b forever, becoming one of the many artifacts left behind by the precursors for future civilization to discover? At first, you look at the warpers in terror, but once you cure yourself of the Kara bacterium, and you find out the lore of these biomechanical drones, you can't feel nothing but sorrow for these creatures. Imagine being the genetic marvel of dozens of off-world planets with integration from one of the most advanced species in the Node universe's technology, all meticulously designed and created for one purpose, and that purpose is now gone. It's solved. All that potential now silently wanders the seas of planet 4546b. The warpers are a tragedy. They are super beings without a purpose. They have powers that creatures on this planet can only dream of, and yet they won't use it for anything now that Kara is cured. We the players are powerless in changing the way these creatures operate. We simply watch, filled with sorrow, as so much potential is wasted. The intricate design of Subnautica's creatures woven into the story is why this game is an absolute gem. The loud and robotic sounds of this alien is unsettling for everyone that gets near them. They are deadly and a culmination of advanced genetic manipulation from the precursors, and you can't help but feel sorry for their newfound meaninglessness. You are 1,300 meters deep, you see lava everywhere, and you stumble upon a Reaper Leviathan corpse. Strange, you didn't know they came down this deeply. You progress a bit further and hear the loudest roar out of any creature you've ever heard. and in the foggy distance, a giant creature comes swimming towards you, mouth aflame, the Sea Dragon Leviathan. That was an accurate play-by-play of what was going through my mind the first time I encountered the Sea Dragon Leviathan. A road that can shatter glass, sporting a robust and reptilian head, glowing orange eyes with alabaster pupils. Above their mouth, at the tip of the snout, includes a couple short, green protrusions with orange glowing tips. Green reptilian-like skin with purple patterns along its two arms. The end of the arms are webbed 4-digit hands, with each digit ending with a claw that is approximately the size of the player's entire body. Spiky protrusions, jagged edges on their stomach, and a pattern of magma holes starting from their chest all the way down to the bottom of their stomach. Long, undulating tentacles stretch far out behind them. A shimmering orange bioluminescent glow permeates various portions of this creature's body, representing from whence it came. Every thalassophobe's worst nightmare, the Sea Dragon Leviathan instills real fear into anyone that ventures deep into the inactive lava zone. I would love to explain to you why I find this final enemy in Subnautica to be the epitome of beauty. There are a number of unique interactions that the Sea Dragon Leviathan has with the player and their vehicles. The sound of 300 pounds of force ramming into you. Abandoned ship. You jump out of your Cyclops as it has been flipped over after the Sea Dragon Leviathan speared it with its giant body. Sea Dragon Leviathan's unique body allows it to swim at a great speed due primarily to its hulking arms and long tentacles. Swimming near the creature or while in the prawn suit, you'll be jostled due to the water it displaces. The brazen of you will no doubt attempt to scan such a creature. How does a small and insignificant being such as you, the player, scan such a monstrous beast? A frontal approach? No, that's far too risky. Maybe to his sides. You went against your best judgment and you chose to approach from the front. As you get out your scanner and start scanning the Sea Dragon Leviathan, he opens his large gaping mouth. All you see is an endless void as the creature swallows you, instantly killing you.
What the fuck?
That didn't work. Let's try the other approach, the sides. Sea Dragon Leviathan locks onto you as you approach the side of his body. Using the massive claws on his arms, he strikes you with them, swatting you away and dealing catastrophic damage to you. Reeling, on the brink of demise, you surge through the water towards your prawn suit. Feel a large heat growing hotter and hotter. From your left, a molten rock flies right past you and hits the ground next to you. Lucky for you, it missed. You made it into your prawn suit, and right when you load in, a salvo of smoldering hot fireballs are launched directly at you. This creature is absolutely skilled in dispatching you in every way it possibly can. A testament to all apex predators. I stare at this creature while invisible in my Cyclops, and I am paralyzed with fear. But each time he passed by my ship, I would find a newfound appreciation for him. His gracefully quick swimming throughout the inactive lava zone, matched only with the elegance of the sheer length of the creature. The magnificence of this creature's behavior in relation to the player is an interesting thing to study. I wonder how many people actually tried to get close enough to him to actually scan him and then found out that he would eat them. I sure as hell didn't. And that's beautiful. The fact that multiple players can interact with a creature and have different beat-by-beat experiences is such a godsend of gaming development. There are many videos on YouTube where people talk on how this game really gives you thalassophobia, the fear of the deep blue unknown and what might come out to eat you. The Sea Dragon Leviathan is that fear that comes to life. This will be a strange thing to say, but bear with me. It is beautiful for your fears to be justified. Because instead of living in a state of fear, an unknown creature that may or may not attack you, now you know what is possible, and that gives you the power to act accordingly. They incessantly chase you like a hungry shark closing in on a small delectable fish. The design of this creature, from his body to his behavior and his lore, is beautiful. There is a real beauty in being at the top. It's awe-inspiring to look at a creature of such gargantuan size and intelligence. The Sea Dragon Leviathan is what makes Subnautica truly beautiful. An intricately designed final boss to end this game on a real boom is appropriate and welcome. I've always said this, but I will know within the first hour of a game if it's good based on the music alone. Subnautica is 1000% one of the good ones. Subnautica has 56 songs. Each song harmonizes perfectly with the different biomes, important moments throughout the story, and pivotal discoveries that you make while adventuring in Planet 4546b. Matching perfectly with Subnautica's aesthetic and theme, being an outsider on an alien planet surrounded by creatures large and small that you've never seen before. Some say the defining moments in their lives are having a kid, marrying their longtime girlfriend, taking care of their family, becoming a quadrillionaire. Those moments were important to them. The The defining moment for me in my life was when I listened to Unknown Flora and got to 1 minute 28 seconds. Go look that song up and come back and tell me that isn't a banger. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'm just kidding. Subnautica has many modes of being while you're playing. You are literally minding your own business, driving around into some far off destination in your Seamoth, then songs like Into the Unknown start playing and you're just bobbing your head along with the song. Or you're sea gliding through a cavern, gathering copper or silver in order to make copper wire or a wiring kit respectively. At that moment, you will hear sunbeams start going hard in your headphones. Or another moment, you're trying to find the damn engine of the lava castle while this 112 meter behemoth fire lizard is trying to sell you Graham Crunch Girl Scout cookies.
I need about 350.
That is when Lava Castle would play, and those beats are not the song. It's your heart. We are truly spoiled with the amount of beauty this game has. The music is an absolute gem, and we don't deserve it. Whatever moment you are in, there will be a song that fits it perfectly. Music is tough to describe. It is a ton of raw emotions layered on top of each other to create some insane cacophony of beauty. And Subnautica does not let up on that. Each environment that you go through will have its own music that you quickly associate with that area, whether that is swimming through the caves to collect materials, to discovering the floating islands. Period. To add on the ever-expanding beauty that is Subnautica, I must discuss the sound effects here. They mix perfectly with the music to increase your immersion by a metric boatload. General ambiance is plentiful in Subnautica. Bubbling water, water shifting all around you, the faintest sound of pushing water away as you swim, the constant inhales of oxygen from your O2 tank. Also, various amounts of ocean life swimming past you. Their high-pitched squeaks dot the ocean. Large reef-back leviathans roar throughout the safe portions of the crater. And awe at these massive, passive creatures. Approaching closer to them, you can hear a faint purr before they bellow out a large roar, an endearing feature to these gentle giants. Sounds that these creatures make give them charm and create unforgettable moments. The general hum and haws of machinery in your base, crafting items and building structures have a nice zappy twang to them. Finding beauty in the small, otherwise looked over sounds is nice. A developer had to sit down and think about those things all in the name of immersion. Another consistent act that is performed is entering and exiting your vehicle. A particular aspect that I enjoy is how the outside sounds become muffled when you enter your vehicle. Nice touch. Each vehicle has its own robot AI narrator that welcomes you in the vehicle and tells you various information about it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
If I were to create a tier list of all the AI voices from each vehicle, they would look like this. Really not something that was necessary, but it gives the vehicles even more of an identity. The developers took our immersion seriously and didn't hold back with the amount of sounds that exist in Subnautica. They knew what systems we would interact with the most and tried to make each sound as believable as you can. From the general ambience of Planet 4546b's oceans and its ocean life, to the boops and baps of machinery in your base, and each vehicle being an extension of that base having its own unique sounds to add legs to it all. In the depths of Subnautica's alien ocean lies a world where beauty and terror coexist in a delicate balance, crafting an experience that transcends conventional gaming narratives. This journey from the vibrant mushroom forest to the ethereal Jellyshroom Caves and down into the haunting grandeur of the Grand Reef reveals the meticulous design and thoughtful detail that breathe life into Planet 4546b. Each biome with its unique flora and fauna is a testament to the game's ability to blend the wonder of exploration with the thrill of survival, inviting players to discover beauty in the most unexpected places. The encounters with creatures like the sea Dragon Leviathan exemplify Subnautica's core theme, the awe-inspiring power of nature, both terrifying and majestic. These moments of fear are not just obstacles, but are integral to the game's narrative tapestry, highlighting the player's vulnerability and resilience. It is in these interactions that Subnautica achieves its most beautiful contrast, showing that true appreciation of beauty often comes with understanding and overcoming fear. Moreover, Subnautica's soundtrack and sound design play a pivotal role in deepening the immersion, seamlessly blending with the game's visual splendor to create a cohesive and captivating world. The music not only underscores the game's emotional beats, but enriches the player's connection to the environment, making each moment on Planet 4546b unforgettable. Subnautica is more than a game. It's an exploration of the unknown, a celebration of the beauty that lies beneath the surface, and a reminder of the wonders that await those brave enough to seek them. In the end, the game stands as a profound statement on the nature of beauty itself, found in the harmony between light and darkness, in the thrill of discovery, and in the silent dance of underwater life. As players, we leave Planet 4546b not just with the memories of survival, but with a deeper appreciation for the beauty that thrives in the face of adversity, echoing long after the game has ended. This journey through Subnautica has not merely been an escape into an alien world, it has been a revelation. A reminder that beauty, in all its forms, is a powerful force, capable of inspiring wonder, fear, and ultimately a profound sense of awe.